I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, cut a shoplift.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy The One, and we are on Street Fighter's Duel today, and we're going to be doing a who to re-roll for since this game released. That's all people have been asking about. So yeah, but before we get into the video, be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, help a boy out. And so yeah, let's get into the video. So I've been seeing content creators ever since this game came out be like, oh, who to reroll for, and I've been seeing a lot of them telling you guys to reroll for these rare units like Bison, Rose. Let me even go to the gallery to give a proper description. Yeah, so I've been seeing YouTubers telling you guys to reroll for Jen, telling you to reroll for Rose, telling you to reroll for Jury and Bison, etc. What they aren't telling you guys is that these characters on the banner, you go here, these characters are very rare. The rate of them dropping is 0.005% for those 4 units that I've been seeing other content creators telling you to reroll for. Now that's not who you want to reroll for, and obviously the boy, the one seeing this happening, I had to step in. I had to step in, provide you guys with the accurate information on who to really reroll for if you're starting this game. So obviously, we all know the goal of a reroll is to have the best and most effective starts to a gacha game. Hence why I made my list. So we're not in this list 5 characters who to reroll for. This isn't in any particular order. You can, any of them works, and the best thing about all 5 characters is none of them have this 0.05% drop rate that we see with Bison, Jury, those characters. So all these characters I'm about to say to you are regular A grade fighters, which you can pull more easily, and you have a good chance of pulling again, because in this game you want dupes. You want dupes in this game. So that's why it makes no sense for you to reroll for M Bison for your reroll, and then later on, towards the end game, you're gonna have to bench him because he won't be able to keep up with all your other units, and because he will easily get outpowered in arena mode, in challenge mode, in tower. He's gonna get overpowered because you have no dupes in him, and he's just base A. He's just a base A start or A grade unit. So you want to go for an A grade unit that you have a chance of starring up, duping up, getting them stronger. So these 5 characters, we're gonna start with number 1. So like I said, this is in no particular order. So the first unit we're going to look at is, let's go there. Here she is. First unit that you should reroll for is C Viper. So before we even go into what she does, majority of these characters, bar one, are gonna be AoE units, because starting off the game you want a DPS carry. So having a star or A grade AoE DPS is gonna make your progression much more faster and efficient. So Sea Viper, let's look at what she does. So her super is a AoE, and it says slams the ground heavily, dealing damage equal to 138% of attack. And by the way, all this is at max, by the way. So I'm looking at all these units at their max. So yeah, slams the ground heavily, dealing damage equal to 138% of attack to multiple targets within a small area. Afterward, performs seismic hammer 2 times at the furthest target, dealing damage equal to 484% of attack to it. So then her AoE, her second skill is Burning Kick. It's also an AoE. When this skill is in position 2 in the combo chain, it will be activated after a teammate unleashes combo 1. Burning Kick causes a heavy hit to multiple enemies, dealing flame damage. So what you're going to be seeing here is that her kit is going to be based on flame and detonation. So what detonation is causes flame damage equal to 30% of attack and removes all burn debuffs, and each stack of burn raises damage by 100%. So yeah, and then her passive gains 1 armor energy when performing a super combo or combo. So what armor energy does is it increases damage and effect accuracy by 5%, stacks up to 5 times. So basically when she releases her AoE, she's automatically going to be gaining a increase in her damage and increase in her accuracy. And finally, her combo ender is also AoE, and when this skill is in position 3, combo chain will be activated after teammate unleashes combo 2. So smashes the ground to blast multiple targets 4 times, dealing thunder damage equal to 264% of attack, as well as flame damage equal to 264% of attack to them. So she's also able to do shock. The target takes thunder damage equal to 10% of attack. Each attack received for 6 seconds stacks up to 10 times. And burn, target loses HP equal to 7% of attack every second for 15 seconds and stacks up to 20 times. So guys, her final her combo ender does thunder and flame damage. So she pretty much, let's go back. So her super is an AoE, her skill 2 is an AoE, and her combo ender is an AoE. And she does flame damage. She gives herself armor energy, so she's able to increase her damage and accuracy. She's also able to do thunder, which target takes increase in damage, and she's also able to burn. And stacks. She's able to detonate the burn damage and give flame. She's able to detonate the flame damage, the burns or whatever, and remove all burn debuffs, raise her damage. So like, she is a very good unit to reroll for, in my opinion. She's a very good unit. Okay, so that's number 1. And like I said, guys, this is in no particular order, so you can go for any of these units. They're all very solid. So the second unit is going to be, where is she? The second unit is going to be Poison. So Poison is a thunder faction. What she's able to do is her super combo is able to launch a crescent shaped projectile that penetrates 2 enemies for a heavy hit, dealing thunder damage equal to 212% of attack to each enemy. Also has a 100% base chance of inflicting shock. And shock, like we saw with Viper, target takes thunder damage equal to 10% of attack for each attack received for 6 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. And She's also able to silence, I believe. 2 seconds. Yeah, she's also able to basically when you level up this skill and get dupes of her, you'll eventually be able to get the added effect of her inflicting silence. And what silence does is obviously she stops her target from using skills proactively. And this is AoE, so silence could be inflicted on multiple enemies, and that's very good for very difficult stages. I'm using poison, and she's very, very good at stopping a unit from using their skills or abilities. It's very, 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 very useful and very, very powerful. So yeah, that's her super combo. Then her skill 2, Whip of Love, strikes the nearest enemy 3 times with an electrified whip, dealing thunder damage equal to 300% of attack, followed by a crescent attack that hits multiple enemy targets for thunder damage equal to 160% of attack, reducing their speed by 20 for 8 seconds. So she's able to speed debuff, and obviously inflicting thunder damage, and we've already gone through what thunder does. And then her passive is a 15% crit damage increase when attacking male characters. And then her combo ender is Thunder Whip, and strikes the nearest enemy 5 times, dealing thunder damage equal to 850% of attack. There is also 100% base chance to inflict shock on the enemy, and like we said, shock is where the target takes thunder damage equal to 10% of attack for each attack proceed for 6 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. So yeah, that is poison. Let's go on to number 3. And number 3 is this dude. This guy is honestly, he's one of my favorite units. His name is Dalsim. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now this guy is so good. Anyway, let's look at him. So his super combo is Yoga Catastrophe. So he launches a massive fireball that hits multiple enemies, dealing flame damage equal to 138% of attack to all targets, and a further flame damage equal to 230% of attack to multiple enemies. Within the fire's range, also creates a fire carpet which deals flame damage equal to 15% of attack to all enemies within range for 2 seconds. Sorry, for every 2 seconds for 4 seconds. So like the massive, he throws this massive fireball that deals throws a massive fireball that deals massive flame damage, and does even more flame damage to multiple enemies on top of that, and also creates a fire carpet on top of that which deals flame damage equal to 50% of attack to all enemies within range every 2 seconds for 4 seconds. I just repeated that again just so you guys understand that this skill is really strong. Really strong. So many flame effects, like he's proccing up so many flame effects in this one AoE. So if you're building a flame faction team, like wow, he is really strong. And obviously when even stronger flame units really come out, like I'm pretty sure Akuma, whenever he drops, he's gonna be a flame unit. But just based off of who to reroll for, this guy is amazing. He's amazing. And there's obviously if you pick Ken from the beginner tutorial, you throw him here with I keep forgetting his name, Dalsim, that's very nice for an early start. This guy is very solid based off his super combo, but let's look at his second skill here. So this is a combo 1. So Dalsim, standing on one leg, begins to meditate and collect the power of flame. Meditation lasts up to 5 seconds. Power collected is based on when meditate ends or is interrupted. gain buffs based on meditation duration. For every second Dalsim meditates, his flame damage and effect accuracy are increased by 3%. Lasts 15 seconds. After 5 seconds of meditation, his crit rate is additionally increased by 15%. And obviously, when you level it up, he also gets penance. 1 stack of penance. Each stack increases damage. Each stack of penance increases flame damage and dodge by 25% for 8 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Like, bro, like, are you guys seeing this? So he not only, so this skill makes him buff his crit rate and his flame damage. Then, if you level this up and or get more dupes of him, level him up, he gets penance and he increases his flame damage and dodge by 25% for 8 seconds and stacks up to 10 times. Like, this guy is absolutely broken. Even right now in the I think it's the Chinese version. Even right now in that version, this guy is still amazing till this day. He's one of my personal favorites of who I would recommend you guys reroll for. Just, he's so good. And he's passive. Gain one penance upon taking damage. Trigger interval 5 seconds. Penance may be stacked up to 5 times. Duration of penance, like, so basically he just gain penance upon taking the damage. Each stack of penance increases. Yeah, we've already looked at that. And if you level it up, you're able to stack it up couple more times, increase the duration, and increase the chance of gaining penance. And his final skill, Yoga Flame, it's a combo ender. Spit flames in front of strike multiple targets in a large area 6 times, dealing more flame damage equal to 460% of attack to each target. Each strike has a 15% base chance to inflict 1 burn on the target. And obviously leveling it up, each strike has a 25% base chance to inflict 1 burn, increases damage to 500% of attack. Target loses HP equal to 7% of attack every second for 15 seconds, stacks up to 20 times. So this guy, guys, is absolutely broken. Like, he trained, like, this guy is so strong, he has no hair. Like, we're talking Saitama. He's on his Saitama energy right now. Like, he's moving like Saitama out here. Like, he's so strong. Like, anyway, I keep going off topic, but like, yeah, what I'm trying to say is this guy he's one of my favorites. So next, what I have next on the list, next is Combat Guile. So Combat Guile is next. So his super combo, he's a lightning faction. His super combo charges up a penetrating sonic wave that delivers a heavy hit to all enemies for thunder damage equal to 30% of attack. There is also a 20% chance to dispel 1 enemy buff. And leveling it up, he does increased damage to 357% of attack if the target is, and then level 3, if the target is inflicted with shock, damage is increased by 20%. So yeah, he's able to dispel buffs. His second skill, Gorilla Bow, fully draws the bow for a heavy hit to all enemies. This deals thunder damage equal to 260% of attack with a 50% chance to dispel 1 enemy buff. This guy is AoE debuff. When dispelling, there's a 30% chance to deal additional thunder damage, 10% of current HP, up to 70% of attack. And obviously leveling it up increases the damage, increasing the shock when dispelling, 50% chance to deal additional damage, yada yada yada. And his final skill, Army Knife Boom Chain combo ender, unleashes the multiple saber waves that strikes 1 target 9 times, dealing thunder damage equal to 805% of attack in total. And leveling it up, the target is inflicted with shock, damage is increased by 20%. Leveling it up again, the last 2 strikes deal additional thunder damage equal to 10% of the fighter's current HP up to 70% of attack. So he's a AoE thunder damage dealer that debuffs your enemies, and that's basically all. Only reason why he's on this list is because he's a decently, like, doing debuffs is pretty good in story mode and in arena. But but he on this list he would be on the lower end. Um, he is a good alternative, but like he's solid to reroll for. But like he'd be giving you less damage but more of the debuffs. But he would be like his damage will be on the scale of the other guys, but his debuffs are really solid. So that's why he's on this list here. You know, in arena mode and in story mode. That's a combat guile. And finally, this is the only non-AoE unit, and personally my favorite unit in the game after the old dude, Mad Ryu. Now like this guy is so strong. He's not an AoE damage dealer, but after you look at his kit, you'll see why I'm putting him on here. First things first, he's not like super rare unit. Like his drop rate is the same as the other A-star units or A-grade units. He's not like 0.05% or 0.005%. It's his drop rate is the same as the other A-grades, 4.6%. And for being a single target and for being having that drop rate, like he is so good. Let's look at his super combo. So sacrifices 15% of current HP to launch a powerful key wave that delivers a heavy hit to the nearest target, dealing damage equal to 825% of attack, and each strike has a 20% base chance to inflict weaken on the target. And what weaken does, ladies and gentlemen, is weaken decreases attack by 5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. So he's able to decrease attack and stack. And leveling it up increases damage to 909% of attack. Leveling up again increases damage to 954% of attack, and the first strike has a 100% chance to inflict one weaken on the target. Wow. And his skill here, this is his second skill, sacrifices 10% of current HP to initiate spin kick, striking the nearest enemy 4 times for damage equal to 657% of attack. While performing this skill, the fighter's dodge is increased by 30%. So when I'm in stages doing this and he uses his second skill, he's doing this kick, he sacrifices some health, yes. He sacrifices health, but when he does this ability, his dodge is increased, so he's taking less damage. Because he's dodging more. And when you level this up, the first strike dispels the target's shield, so he takes down. So if your opponent is running a tank, his first strike takes out that shield, so he's able to deal more damage. And leveling up again increases damage to 723% of attack. While performing this skill, the fighter's dodge is increased by 50%. So when you have this maxed out, this skill maxed out, he has a 50% chance to dodge, taking even less damage. And his passive, the first time HP falls below 50%, the fighter performs a Hadouken that delivers a heavy hit to the nearest enemy, dealing damage equal to 420% of attack. This is considered a trigger skill. And upon defeating enemy, Metsu Hadouken is unleashed, dealing damage equal to 560% of attack. Leveling it up again, the first time the fighter's HP falls below 30%, they unleash an additional Hadouken. Wow. And then level 4, Hadouken has 100% base chance to inflict weaken on the target. So basically, whenever his HP falls below 50%, he performs a powerful Hadouken that deals a lot of damage. And then after leveling this up to level 3, once it falls below 30%, he does another Hadouken on top of that. And if you have level 4 as well, he also has a 100% base chance to inflict another weaken, decreasing attack for another 15 seconds, and it stacks upon all the other times you inflict weaken with his super combo or with his other skill. And his combo ender, Crazy Shoryuken, sacrifices 10% of current HP to charge a Shoryuken. And I hope you guys are seeing his whole kit is basically sacrificing HP to deal more damage to your opponent. So him losing all this HP is gonna easily trigger his passive of him spamming. So he'll end up spamming Hadoukens. So basically, in the most optimal situation, he's losing health, but doing so he's basically losing health, doing so much damage with his super combo and his skill, and then even then his passive alone, once he falls below 50%, boom, another Hadouken. If he falls below 30%, boom, another Hadouken. So his final skill here, and sacrifices HP to do the Shoryuken. He strikes the enemy 3 times. His damage does 930% of attack. So, and then if you level this up, if 5 HP below 30%, this skill ignores 30% of defense. So he pierces defense as well. So basically, let's see. So he sacrifices HP to do so much damage. He hits like a truck, and he's able to inflict weaken, which reduces your enemy's attack by 5% for 15 seconds, and it stacks upon all his other skills when he inflicts weaken. And he's also able to dodge and take down shields, and he's also, and once his HP falls below 50%, he's able to throw out a Hadouken, and 30% he's able to do another Hadouken, and he's also able to pierce defense. That's why he, in my opinion, is the best character to reroll for, alongside the ball dude. But all the other units I also looked at are also very, very good to reroll for. So so any of these guys is a solid pick. So you guys don't have to be too boggled down on one unit specifically. Like if let's say you're trying to get, so let's say out of this list of 5, you end up getting Viper. Like just take that, because she's also very solid. All these units I named right here are very solid and very useful in both PvP and both tower, right? In all courses of the game, PvP, tower, and story progression. All 5 of these units are very useful and very powerful. This list was literally made in no particular order. Obviously, my 2 favorites. If you ask me, yo, the one, this is all of these guys are good, but who would you highly recommend? I highly recommend Dalsim. I highly recommend Mad Ryu. Those are the guys I would highly recommend. But all the other units are also very, very solid. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Took me a while to make. Had to, do some research. Your boy had to, do some research and all that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed and I helped you guys out. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share the video with your friends. Tell me how you're finding the game, if you're enjoying it or not, and don't forget to stay shining.